Welcome to the Beauty Business Resource Podcast. I am your host, Morgan D, and here we yearn to learn and earn, because other than for the love, why else are we in the cosmetology industry? We are here to be your resource for all things centering around the industry in respect to launching, working in, and scaling your beauty business. On our show, we believe that education is number one, yet we make sure to laugh and have a good time with it. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe, download, and send this to 2 friends, especially if they're in the industry. You know we all need a little bit of help. So let's get into that episode. Hey everybody, it's me. It's Morgan D, and we are back with another episode of Beauty Business Resource. As you guys know, we do different episodes, and this is a free game episode. Morgan, what is a free game episode? It's just that. So in between our regular scheduled episodes, we give you a free game segment. Generally, that's done with me or Maya, just depending on what we are teaching or showing or probing you guys about. Today, our lesson is about choosing booking software. Free game alert. I need to get a button made for that. But anyway, so what we're going to do today, we are going to choose a booking software. So for those of you who don't already have one, or for those of you who are looking for a good booking software for your beauty business, this is the episode for you. So let's kind of go over in the beginning, like, what is booking software and why do we need it? Okay. So what a booking software is it is software to help you manage your beauty business. Okay. Salon software is exactly what it sounds like. Software that salons use to manage various pieces of their business. And it includes things like scheduling. It includes things like customer relationship management. So some of you guys may have heard this term before. It's called CRM, and that tracks client profiles, appointment history, notes. There's also like some sales components to a good salon software. This is going to track your services, your price menu, sales, revenue, inventory, if you guys sell like physical products, payroll management. We'll also talk about that. That's one of those things where as your business grows, whether you are a solopreneur, as they call it, someone who works as a single member in your business, or if you are hiring somebody, payroll management as your company grows, or if you guys have already grown, this is a really important one because you got to pay your people, right? And then also some sort of marketing component. You want to make sure whatever software you choose has a marketing component. So what we'll do today is we'll talk a little bit more about that, and then we'll actually also go through some comparisons, because there are so many different apps and softwares out there. And what I don't want to happen for you guys is you guys choose something and then you realize like, oh snap, like I have all of this data or I have all this information that I either switched over or that I built over a certain amount of time, and now I just figured out this software isn't the software for me. Like I need more functionality, I need more features. Maybe I have too much functionality and maybe there are too many features, and that generally comes with overpaying for something. So we want to use this free game episode to make sure that we're not overpaying for things that we don't need, and that we're not undershooting ourselves by having a software that just doesn't serve us, because we want to be efficient. We want to yearn to learn and earn, right? That's the point of this podcast, okay? So now that we know what a booking software is, what are some of the pros of having the booking software? Okay, so you guys, we want to have a software because we want to be more organized. Gone are the days of writing down the appointments. Gone are the days of just putting it in your Google Calendar or in a notebook. If you guys are already doing this and it's working for you, great. Somebody like me, I am a hot mess, and I always have to be organized. I always have to have systems and templates and things like that that are in place for me to stay organized in my business. So you want to make sure that you're doing that, because as you grow, it's more to manage, it's more to organize, okay? Let's talk about headaches with booking, right? They're hitting you in the DMs. They're hitting you on IG. They're hitting you on Facebook. They're hitting you in text message. Can I get an appointment? This, that, and the other thing. And that exchange is cool until, one time, you guys, I was literally out at a function. I was in a party, and this new client, she was trying to schedule with me, and I literally had no business writing her back. I should have sent her over to the booking software, but the way that my customer service light bulb turns on, I'm texting her back and forth. Had I given her the booking software, a 20-minute, 30-minute exchange, I still probably would have talked to her, but that would have turned into maybe a 5 or 10 minute exchange. Okay, so let's talk about less headaches with booking. That's another reason to have a software and having a software that works for you. Okay, making sure that we have a budget when we choose a software. We'll go into that as well. We'll look at, whatever the prices are for some of the softwares we'll talk about today. You want to know how much are you paying for the software, because as a solopreneur, you may be able to go for an option that maybe has like a free option, right? I know Square has an option like that where you're not paying as much, where it's like a monthly subscription if it's just you. Or if you do have employees, who is going to give you more bang for your buck for the amount of employees or the amount of stylists that you have? Okay, so you want to make sure that you are within budget when you are choosing a booking software. You also want to know another one. How much is their processing, right? For those of you who don't know what processing is the money that software or that vendor is going to charge you in order to take credit cards or like other forms of payment. That percentage can vary. Some people are 2%. Some people are 2.8%. Some people will say, if you send us so many people with a referral code, we'll give you your processing for free. So that's something that you need to consider. And everything that we say on these free game episodes, you guys remember, write it down. You got to write it down, okay? So processing is another thing that you want to ask yourself about. And also, when you're choosing a software, you want to make sure that you're choosing a software that you can grow with and run reports. So if you're listening to this right now and you're already running a software, one of the things I want you to pay attention to, and even as I'm saying this, go into your software, whether it's on your phone, whether at your desktop, and I want you to sift through there and see what kind of reports are you able to run on your business. Is it only letting you run gross revenue, like the total money that comes in? Or if you have employees, are you able to filter and narrow it down to what that individual person's numbers are? So even if, let's say that you're a solo esthetician or you're a solo lash tech and you say, okay, well, I know that, within my 5 or 10 year goal or my 6 month goal, I know I'm getting ready to hire this, that, and the other thing. I want to train somebody. Are you able, once you bring that person in with the software that you have or with the software that you're getting ready to choose, are you able to run a specific report for that person and their services? Okay. Can you grow? Can you expand with the features that software has? Okay. So add that to your checklist. I want to be able to grow with this software. I want to be able to hire 30 employees and have 2 different locations with this software. Or you could say, I know I'm only going to be in this suite, or I know I'm only going to have this salon. I don't need the biggest, fanciest, schmanciest software, and I don't need to be paying for that. So I need to make sure that I'm not paying for a software that's doing too much for me, okay? But just make sure that whatever it is, that the software can grow with you, of course, as you grow with it, okay? The next thing that we're going to talk about when choosing a software, and I know that we live in a time of YouTube and we can Google and this, that, but, we're paying money for software, you guys. Make sure whatever software company you go with, that they offer some sort of training. You need to be able to sit down on a Sunday or whenever your off day is, get yourself some Starbucks and sit through the training, because a lot of times we'll buy these softwares and we'll say, oh, well, it does my schedule and I can send out a consent form. I guess it's good. No, sit through the training. There may be some cool features in there that can make life easier for you. If it's not you, if you have an assistant, if it's your husband, if anybody that's helping you with your business, if they're going to be running that software with you and using it, sit through the training and make sure that they have a training. You shouldn't be having to call a 1-800 number every time you want to learn something. I know the booking software that we have, Vagaro, that's one of the ones that we'll go over today. They do have customer support. You do want to make sure that they have support, but there are also tons of videos, articles, tutorials. Anytime me and my front desk, we need help with something, we are able to literally Google Vagaro, how to batch out the register, Vagaro, setting up a client consent form. And their SEO is so good, it just pops up in Google. We can click on it, we can watch it, we can learn, and it prevents us from having to sit on hold for 5 minutes, okay? So just make sure, if there is a training, you guys take the training. At the bare minimum, take the new training. Like when you first sign on, take that training, okay? Another question you want to ask yourself is, are there forms and integrations for your consent and for your releases, right? So let's just say, you do really bomb hair and you take a lot of pictures. You want to make sure that you have like a photo release. If you are an esthetician and you're doing chemical peels, intake forms. We just talked about this on the last free game episode, is making sure that we have the proper intake forms. Try to find a software or the softwares that we're looking at. We want to make sure that they have an intake form process, okay? We want to make sure that you're able to build that into the appointment so that nobody can ever say when they book with you that they didn't know about one of your policies, that they didn't know that, oh, I couldn't bring kids. I didn't know that, I couldn't come with a face full of makeup like I did. Put all of that in a consent form like we talked about on the last episode. But now on this episode, we're going to make sure that we have a software that has those consent form options built into it. So every time a client comes in, unless they're antiquated and they're not into technology, when they book their appointment, they do not have to sit in your lobby or sit out in the car and fill out a piece of paper. Okay, we're in 2022. We can move past filling out paper and wasting trees. Let's make sure that we have a software that has it built in where you can build and have your clients sign off on consent forms in the software. Okay. The next thing, whenever you guys choose the software, we want to make sure that you can do mock appointments. Okay. So what I mean by mock appointments is you want to use the software before you commit to it. Okay. Most of the time, these softwares, they have different little features and the way that their time blocks show up and how do you even book the appointment? Can I do this from my phone? Do I have to do this from a desktop? Am I able to edit? Like, for instance, I am an esthetician. If I book a Brazilian wax, am I able to add on an underarm or do I have to do that from the desktop? Those are the things that I want to know, right? So make sure that when you guys are shopping for software, you don't just commit to one. Take advantage of that free trial, okay? As a rule of thumb, I would say my free trial, at least a week, 7 to 14 days on a free trial, I think is fair. And remember, this isn't a free trial just to give it to you. You need to take advantage of this free trial to make sure that this works for your business. Make sure that it works for your business, okay? Even if I know it's a little bit of a hassle, even if you kind of have to double book some appointments, like let's just say you're already using a software, go over to that other system and book that same appointment and see how easy it is. Okay? Play with it a little bit. You guys got some off time, but make sure you use the software before you fully commit. For my girls who already have a client base, my girls and guys, a lot of times when you're switching softwares, you have to export all of that data and import it into the new software, okay? But what a hassle that would be for you to do that, and then you start using the software and you hate it. So make sure that you use it, okay? Before making the final decision on a software, you guys, we want to make sure that the software is user-friendly, okay? Like I said before, you're going to use your free trial, and you know what it's like being profession-facing, being tech-facing, or however I want to put that. But what about the customer? When the customer goes to your website, and let's just say that the software has an embed widget that you can put into your website. Make sure that you do it customer-facing, okay? So if you embed that into your website on a trial basis, act as if you are the customer and try to go book an appointment with yourself and make sure that the software works for that as well, okay? You want to make sure that it's user-friendly because you got to remember, unfortunately, we live in a time where our attention span is so short. So if I go on your website, I see your wonderful Instagram deal that you put out, or I see that you do like amazing lashes. I go on your website, I try to book. It's got glitches. The software it's not great, or I'm having a hard time. I'm not gonna fight with it. As much as I want to come get my hair or my nails or my lashes done with you, I'm not gonna fight with it. I'm just gonna find something else to do. I'm gonna go scroll on something else. I'm watching Netflix. I'm doing whatever. We have the attention span of mayonnaise sometimes, of a fruit fly. So just make sure that whatever software you choose, it's user friendly, because we don't want to lose potential clients and customers because our software is not great. Okay, so just make sure that it's user friendly. Make sure you test it out from customer facing position. Even if you want to send it, even if it's just not you, because we tend to know how the business works and how to book things. Send it to your mom, a friend, or whatever. Say, hey, book an appointment with me on this and let me know how it goes. Test it out. Okay. Make sure that it provides a good customer experience, and make sure that the software helps you retain clients. Okay. So customer experience is important. Client retention is super important, because that's how we build long lasting, scalable, sustainable businesses. So through customer experience, does this software offer any text messages? Can you text market? Can you email market? I know the software we use, Vagaro, I can send out an email after you check out for your appointment, just saying thank you, or depending on like the procedure. Let's just say for my SDs, they come in and get a chemical peel. You can send them a text message, or you can send them an email reminder to say, hey, remember to wear your sunscreen. Remember that if you have any complications, give me a call. And that's just one of the functionalities that particular software has. And I think it's amazing. So just make sure whatever software you're using, that the customer experience is also built into the software. You want a software where, let's just say, I haven't seen, a bucket of clients for 6 months. Okay. So I want to be able to go into my software, run that report, and send out an email. Hey, I haven't seen you in 6 months. We miss you. Here's a 20% off coupon. Come on in and book with us. Okay. That's what I mean by customer experience. Choose a software that helps you keep your customers in house. Think of your business, your beauty business, as they are a member of you. They are a member of Kiki's Lashes and Hair Design. Okay. And how do we make them feel like a member? We give them an experience. We text message market. We email. We keep in contact. We send out little periodic things to just let them know that we're thinking of them, when all the while we're just pulling reports and we're automating it. Okay. So that's super important. Accessibility. Okay. Your customers should be able to book without having to download anything themselves. Okay. So if you're choosing a booking software and they have to download an app, we want to stay away from that. I should just be able to go on your website, go through a booking widget, click on that, and be done with it. I shouldn't have to, go into my app store, download something, sign up, register. We're not doing all of that. Okay. We're busy women and men. All right. So just make sure that the accessibility of it is good. Yeah. And so marketing and promo. So let's go in here and look at some of these softwares. Okay. So some of the ones that I'm going to compare with you guys today. We're going to look at Vagaro. We're going to look at Gloss Genius. We're going to look at Square, and we might take a look at Acuity. Okay. And just know, I know I'm recording this podcast, but I'm doing this in real time, y'all. I am super duper authentic. So we're going to do this together. The first one we're going to look at Gloss Genius. Okay. This one is super popular. I see it out there on the forums, and we'll just do some comparisons. So you guys are going to hear me typing a little bit, and that's just fine. Let's look at Gloss Genius. Now, I have some of the data here already, but I'm just curious, just going through their website and just seeing, okay, the best salon software out there. You better be Gloss Genius. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, so, all right, here's the comparison. So let's talk about payment processing fee, right? So compared to everybody else, they are indeed one of the least expensive. Okay, Gloss Genius is showing me that in order to process payments, they're only charging 2.6%. Okay, that's not bad. In comparison, with Vagaro, Square, StyleSeat, Schedulicity, and Booksy, they are indeed the least expensive out of those. So you're looking at 2.6%. Now, Schedulicity, they have 2.5%, which is enticing, but they charge an additional 15 cents per transaction. So, you guys, that's not a whole lot of money, but that type of stuff, it adds up at the end of the year. So they check out in my book as far as that's concerned. They have a card on file and key in fee. That's completely free. You guys don't pay for that. All of the other ones, they do have a card on file, key in fee. Well, they'll charge you a little bit more money if you're using the card on file. StyleSeat, Schedulicity, and Booksy, it is also absolutely free. So you're looking at Vagaro and Square charging you to charge a card that's on file or a key in fee. Now, I don't know where you guys are at on the scale of ethics. You guys could either, if you were choosing Vagaro or Square, you could pass that cost on to the customer. Not something that I recommend, but the option is there for you. What else do they have on here that's enticing? New client referral fee, completely free. Okay, so they give you something for bringing in new clients. Custom website design. I know a lot of people actually, go out of you guys go and choose your own web designer, but if you're a solopreneur and you're just getting started, looks like they have a free custom website. I did not realize, you guys, how many people actually charge for this. Vagaro, my beloved Vagaro, they charge $100 one-time fee to set up your website. Okay, so Gloss Genius is checking out great right now. This one's super important, you guys. This next one to me is the automated client reminders. Okay, that one is awesome. This is what's gonna help you guys with your no-show rate. We do not want a bunch of no-shows. And making sure that you send out that text message is super important. Okay, so it looks like they offer that for free. Along with all of the other services, it looks like everybody has free text message reminders. They also have text message marketing. Now, that's different than the text message reminders. The text message reminders are just reminding them that they have an appointment. Text message marketing, that's being able to send out, like I said, that customer experience, being able to send out a text message to say, hey, we've got this going on this week. Hey, here's 5% off. Hey, here's $5 off. Gloss Genius seems to have this for free. So that's dope. Vagaro, it starts at $20 for them. And then you've got Square, StyleSeat, Schedulicity, and Booksy. Wow. So Booksy has it for free. All right. We're not comparing Booksy, but if you guys are thinking that route, Booksy has it for free. But how about this, you guys? Square, StyleSeat, Schedulicity, they don't even have it as an option. Okay. Copying over your prior books. Let's say you're transferring your services over. Square, StyleSeat, Schedulicity don't even have it as an option. Booksy does not even have it as an option. However, Gloss Genius and Vagaro has it, but Vagaro is going to charge you $150, okay? So if you guys have an existing database, Gloss Genius is giving you this for free. Sounds good so far, okay? Now, email marketing. It looks like they've got free email marketing. Everybody has that across the board. Square looks like they charge $15 a month for it. So there's that for Square. But everybody else has email marketing for free, which is super dope. And I'm sure that they cap it. It probably goes up to a certain amount of emails. But, for those who are just starting out or maybe don't have a huge email list, that's an awesome thing to have a part of your booking software. Now, remember, we're trying to get a software that grows with our company. So custom permissions for employees. So let's just say that, you've got front of house staff. They're able to do certain things with the software. They can go in and pull certain reports. You're the owner. You'll have the master key. You'll be able to go pull whatever report that you want. But let's just say that, you do have people who are working under you as employees. You can control the custom permissions on the Gloss Genius for them, which I think is super dope. Vagaro has that same functionality that is free. Square charges $35 for it. StyleSeat, there is no option for it. It's not a function that they offer for employees, and neither is Schedulicity or Booksy. Let's see what else they got here, you guys. Card reader, okay? Let's just say you do lashes. For my lash techs and my barbers, you guys I find to be more mobile, So this is super cool. So for the card reader, they have $49 they charge. It's a one-time fee to purchase their card reader. For Vagaro, their card reader is free. Looks like Square charges $49. I thought Square used to be free, you guys, but maybe they changed that. But theirs is $49, and the rest of them, they do not have an option for a card reader. And so now we get down here into monthly pricing, okay? I'm going to look at the website here. So for the standard Gloss Genius booking software, you're looking at $24 a month, okay? And here's the kicker. Here we go. Free 14-day trial. So if y'all wanted to try this out, y'all could try this out for 14 days, get all of your information over, book some mock appointments. That's awesome. They're giving you 2 whole weeks to try this out. and no credit card required. So you don't have to worry about forgetting your credit card on file. Unlimited employees under the $24 a month option, and at no cost, no extra cost with special flat pricing. So no risk. So that's an excellent option. They do also have a $44 a month option, but this is by invitation only. And I'm assuming this is probably for like the bigger salons, bigger organizations. So yeah, that's Gloss Genius for you guys. So take what you want, what you may want to take from that. Let's look over here. Now we're going to look at the comparison between Vagaro and Square. Now let me say this about Little Miss Square. I loved her in the very beginning. When I first started out, Square was what I was familiar with. I have had other businesses in the past, and Square just fit for, a young woman like myself that was just starting out. But remember, y'all, we have to grow, okay? So we're going to compare Vagaro and Square. So right now, as stated before, Vagaro has a free reader. Square's credit card reader is $49, okay? Advanced scheduling tools. They have some awesome scheduling tools with Vagaro. Square doesn't. It's kind of, you make your appointment, you come in, you get your service. It is what it is. I know for Vagaro, because we have it, you can customize add-ons and time lengths and things like that. I think whatever time period you put in on Square, it's kind of hard to edit that as the appointment is coming or going, okay? So just know that if you guys have services where there are add-ons and there are little specifics to it, Vagaro may be the better bet for you, just because it has advanced scheduling tools. Okay, so that's super cool. Integrated payments there. So you can do different things with your payments. Square only kind of has one way to pay. I don't know if you can charge the card on file with Square. Now, here we go. Here's an important one. Intake forms and waivers. Okay? Keep in mind, you guys, Vagaro is salon specific. And by the way, they are not paying me to do this review. None of these people are. I'm just telling you guys these things based off of experience. So I actively use Vagaro in my business. It works really well. Their intake forms and waivers, let's talk about it. Absolutely phenomenal. You can do intake forms and waivers and specialize them and customize them to the appointment. So if I have 3 clients, one books a wax, one books a facial, one books a lash appointment, when they book their appointment, nobody is getting the same intake form or waiver. You can go in and specifically customize those forms for whatever service they're receiving. How cool is that, right? So you never have to worry about, let's just say, if I have a policy that applies to lashes, but a policy that applies to Brazilians, and those are 2 different policies, you can outline that in a form and in a waiver that's specific to that service. Therefore, there's no confusion for you. There's no confusion for your customers and your clients. So I really find that to be, that's unparalleled, I really, really, really enjoy that, okay? Membership and package management, okay? So remember, we're growing. It just depends on which direction we're growing in. So if you're one of these people where, you're looking into memberships, or you want to sell packages, like I know at Skin by Duval, we sell packages. This is definitely an important feature. This has helped us increase our sales, having a software that sells membership and packages, because you got to think, your time and your services now become a true product, where if I'm purchasing one lash appointment from you, now I can purchase my appointments in advance, but I wouldn't be able to do that if the software didn't have that set up. It would be a lot of bookkeeping. It would be a lot of writing down. Here we go, wasting paper all over again. Membership and package management. You can go in there. You can add services. You can take services away. I sell mine on my website. If you guys want to hit me up off of this podcast, I can show you guys how to do that in Vagaro specifically. And I'm pretty sure I can show you how to do it in your other softwares too. But that is an amazing feature to have. And unfortunately, Square does not have that feature. Okay. What's another feature they have here? They got contactless check-in and check-out. Now, during COVID, this was super important, right? I remember had I had this Vagaro during COVID, when we were slowly transitioning out of it. This would have been amazing. So basically what your clients can do through Vagaro is they can check into their appointment and not necessarily be right in front of you. So let's just say you're in a salon suite. Excuse me, this is great for my salon suite people. If you're in a salon suite and you're in, let's say one of your clients is out in the lobby, 9 times out of 10, there's not a receptionist out there. And if there is a receptionist out there, she may not be for your business specifically. She might just be there for the suite itself. This allows your clients to say, hey, I'm in the lobby. How cool is that? Okay. And this is a contactless check in and check out. So you know what that means? They can pay you from the lobby as well. Okay. So that's speeding up your appointment time and it's making you more efficient. Vagaro also has an online marketplace. Okay, so same thing there. If you guys sell physical products, my lash tech, my esthetician, sometimes we sell products, physical products, even my hair people, we sell products, shampoos, and things like that. There's an online marketplace feature. Square Appointments does not have that. I know Square probably does offer their own website, but that is a separate entity from their actual appointments. So you guys, that is the Vagaro and Square comparison. I really like the features of Vagaro. And let's see, let's look at Vagaro versus Style Seat. Now, I'm not super familiar with Style Seat. I've never used it. I've probably signed up for their free trial, but it looks like they can be a little costly. So let's go over to Style Seat's website. And you guys feel free to follow along with me. I know that this is a podcast, but as I'm saying these things, if y'all want to look on your phones, that's great. Okay, Style Seat. Here we go. Okay, they got something for $50 on the website. All right, set up my business. All right, let's look at what they got going on. Okay, so you can earn money, build high value client list, potential extra monthly revenue, and it looks like they have an online app, which is dope. So they have something for the App Store and they have something in Google Play. All right. So, okay, we got something in the App Store and perfect. Okay, they have a mobile app for your customers. That's super dope. Okay, so what you guys can do with that is you could have your app for you and your employees, and then there's also a customer-facing mobile app. Remember, we talked about customer experience, customer accessibility. Okay, so they do have an app, but it looks like between those two softwares with Style Seat, they don't need it, but it's definitely something that you could suggest to them. Okay, here's another comparison: class booking. Y'all, we are beauty babies, okay? We are selling beauty a lot of the time too. So a lot of us have gone into training and education. The comparison between the two, Vagaro has class booking, Style Seat does not. There is no functionality for classes. I do know Vagaro allows class booking. Even if you guys, let's just say, are in like the fitness space, if you know anybody that's in the fitness space, there are classes there. I know Vagaro also has like an online class feature where you guys can teach something live. It appears that Style Seat does not have this feature, but if you are into education or if you are into teaching anything, bang, Style Seat probably can be for you. They have appointment booking, accessible client notes. Both Vagaro and Style Seat have that. All right, so that's super important because whether you do hair, lashes, nails, whatever, every client is unique. You want to be able to put some notes on a file for them. I did not see that function with Square. Even when I was using Square, I don't remember seeing that as a function or as an option. Not quite sure. Could very well be there now, but we know for sure Vagaro and Style Seat have it. Client notes, whether they have a skin condition. We did a chemical peel on them last time. The last time I did her lashes, I put 14s on the end and 15s in the middle, whatever it may be. You can put that in client notes. That's super important. Style Seat also has email, text, and push notifications. Super dope. Remember, we need that. Customer experience. Remind you of your appointments. Style Seat has that. Also, online booking. They do have online booking. That's super amazing. Accessibility. Say no more, Morgan. We already talked about that. Now, here's an interesting one. Remember, we're trying to grow. They do not have an option for multiple locations. So if you are looking to maybe do lashes in two different cities, or if you have two different, physical locations, Style Seat, she may not be your girl for that. But Vagaro does have that functionality. Managing the staff permissions. Style Seat has something where you can manage your staff permissions, like we said before. If you want to give different staff members and members of your team different permissions, just as far as being able to like run reports and things like that. So that's super duper important. You want to be able to manage those permissions. Here's another one, you guys. Remember, if you guys are looking to grow, payroll management. You want to be able to manage payroll, okay? We are going to speak it into existence that if you're looking to grow, you will grow. If you don't want to have staff at some point, this is not for you. But for those of you guys who know that you're going to have to run reports and run payroll and pay people one day, Style Seat does not have that option. So in tow, they also do not have an employee clock in and clock out system. So that's super important. Style Seat may not be for you if you're not looking to stay a solopreneur. If it's just you for now and you want to use Style Seat, I always caution you guys, pick a system that you can grow with. But if that's not important to you, don't worry about it. If it is important to you, they do not have payroll management and they do not have a clock in and clock out system. Okay, those things are important to me, but if it's not important to you, we can move on. They have a integrated widget for your website. All right, automated email marketing, super cool. You guys can send out emails to your people. You don't have to go through a MailChimp or anything like that. Detailed reports. This is interesting. So Vagaro has 50 different reports that you can run, okay? Y'all, we got to be all about the math, okay? Style Seat does have some detailed reports, but according to this, they have very few. So you don't know where you're going. Y'all are going to soar to higher heights. I want to make sure that you can run your reports, okay? 50 versus very few. I don't know how you feel about that. I feel like I would go with the 50. Instagram, Facebook, and Yelp integration. They both have the same integrations. The only thing is Style Seat doesn't have Yelp. If Yelp doesn't matter to you, I wouldn't worry about it. Not a huge deal. On Vagaro and Style Seat, you can run promotions, loyalty, reward programs. Style Seat allows you to run promotions, but there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty reward program on there. So that's something that you might have to run through a different software or a different company. Membership management. Memberships are huge right now. That's definitely not even entering, but has already entered its way into our industry and our market. You can do membership management on Vagaro, but you cannot do it on Style Seat. So there again, you would kind of have to build a system out for yourself. Both of them, you can build a website, custom website builder. View business analytics on your phone. Both of them allow you to view your analytics on the phone. I love that. Every now and then I go to brunch and want to see what the money is doing. So the fact that you can do that on the phone is pretty cool with Style Seat. Style Seat does not have product inventory tracking. They do not have purchase orders where, let's just say that you guys are shipping out product. There is no PO orders, so it'll be kind of not hard for you to reference what's going out. But, as your company grows, if you guys are selling like a physical product, say it's like a hair oil or something like that, not having a PO is what we call it in retail. That might, become a challenge for you later on. Not something I deal with a lot at Skin by Duval, but your situation might be different. Just know Style Seat does not have that functionality. They do have credit card processing. And that's it for Style Seat, you guys. So I'm going to say Style Seat is more for my solo girls and guys. If you're small right now, if you're just building up, or you don't need as many functions and features, you just need scheduling. You can send out your text messages. You're not really doing anything with employees. I think Style Seat is an awesome option. You guys can see them at styleseat.com. And it looks like they've got some sort of affiliate program on here now. Let's look at their pricing. I would love to look at their pricing. What's your pricing, Style Seat? I'm clicking around here, and they don't really have an option for me to look at pricing. Oh. Wow. Okay. So I don't know if the Style Seat website is glitching, you guys, or they're trying to get me to do something else. All right, y'all. So I can't figure out the pricing on Style Seat. I tried. It looks like they're trying to get me to sign up for an affiliate program or something like that. Style Seat, if y'all hear this, help. Fix it. I don't know why it won't work. I think your software is amazing, but for some reason I can't see it. I can't give it to my listeners. All right, you guys. So that's that. So we did Vagaro, we did Square, we did Style Seat. Now we need to go over here and we need to look at Acuity scheduling. So from what I understand, I've seen a few people with this. If you're listening to this, you may have Acuity. The ones that I see the most is Acuity, Square, and Vagaro. I've never booked with anybody that's at Gloss Genius, which was really cool to be able to review that with you guys. But I do see a lot of Acuity for my Acuity girls. Please let me know what y'all think about it. I'm moving around on here. I wasn't able to find like a super crazy comparison with it, but I have seen people with it. I know they get good reviews. So let's look at the website here. So Acuity Online, pricing, okay? So let's see what they got here. Let's see what they got here. So they have an emerging, a growing, and a powerhouse option. And you can pay this annually. You can pay this monthly. So I'm going to look at the monthly option because they get you with the annually, okay? So the monthly, the middle of the road option is called growing. It's $25 a month. They have a free trial for 7 days, which is cool. You can try it for a week. And let's see what's going on here. So they have a number of staff and locations, okay? So you can have 6 people with Acuity. And oh, Lord, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Y'all correct me in the DMs if I'm wrong. But you have the number of staff, so you can have 6 people. Love it. I can grow with this. I can have 6 people in 6 locations. Love it. That means I can have a makeup artist here in West Palm. I can have a girl doing makeup in Atlanta. I can have somebody doing makeup in Miami. I love it. Okay, Acuity, you guys are always already off to a good start with me. Client self-scheduling, they have that. They offer unlimited services and appointments. That should be a given, but it looks like they offer that as well. You can accept payments and deposits through Stripe, Square, and PayPal. That's different. I don't know if this doesn't allow you to process through them. So that's kind of not sure how I feel about that, but they do have it. Let's see here. Oh, and you can go through Square. I like that. Oh, they have a Google Meet, Zoom, GoToMeeting integrations for online meetings. So for those of you maybe who are doing like one-on-one trainings or consultations, they have functionality for that. And remember, I'm on the middle of the road option. They have 3 different options here. This is just the middle of the road, $25 a month option that I'm reading that they have. Advanced features, confirmation reminders and follow-up emails. They have it. Love it. Acuities, it's looking good for you. Text message reminders worldwide. Wonderful. They have that. They offer appointment packages and including payment plans. Okay, y'all, memberships, packages, bundles, creating another product within the services that you already offer. Okay, you could sell subscriptions, memberships, gift certificates. They have that. Time zone conversion for clients. I live in South Florida. I don't know who that pertains to, but they do have it. Multiple time zones for different staff locations. They have that as a function. Now, that is a function on the Powerhouse. That's a step up from the one that we're reading off of right now. You can display your logo on your booking website, brand your scheduler's colors and copy. So that's really cool. What else you got, Acuity? This is amazing. Y'all, I'm impressed. I did not think this was going to be like this. This is why we're on the podcast, the beauty business. I'm here to be a resource. Okay. Scheduler's customer. Okay, it's brand your scheduler's colors and copy. Love it. And then you can remove powered by. And they have sign a BAA and HIPAA compliance form. And then they've got some custom API. So I didn't see anything necessarily about consent forms. So I don't know how I feel about that. You may have to do that through a third party. I did see that there was online scheduling. That looks really good. I think Acuity is checking out to be great. So here are some of the advanced features. You can embed the scheduler on your website. You can put the credit cards. You can hold the credit cards and charge the clients later. They have clients can tip you, offer coupons, vouchers, and discounts, offer classes, workshops, group events, easy upsell with checkout add-ons, so you can add things on at the end of the service. I kind of like that, where I can add it on in the middle of the service, but I guess if you're adding it on at the register, it doesn't matter. Advanced reporting about appointments, no-shows, and performance. Anything with analytics, y'all, I'm always going to tell you that that's a bet. You definitely want any type of reports. It says advanced reporting about appointments, no-shows, and performance. My only thing with Acuity is, how far can I filter down on the reports? So that's the other thing I want y'all to take away from this. When it comes down to y'all's reporting, just make sure when you're doing your free trial, go in there and scroll through those reports. You never know what information you may or may not need as your business grows. Just make sure the appointments that you run, that I don't care if the report is showing you, how many eyelashes they have, whatever. As advanced as you can get the reports to run, like something like a Vagaro, like I said, and I have experience with Vagaro. But as advanced as you can get these reports to report to you, to print out, to display, I'm going to tell you to go with that. So I would be interested to know how advanced their reports are. Optimize your availability for maximum appointments and fewer gaps. So that sounds like some coding jargon there. I'm going to say that they have a way to make sure that your book fills up faster. Maybe it's studying your peak times or periods of when you're slow, and it's showing clients those appointments so that your books can fill up. So I think that that's really cool. Sync with your Google Calendar, iCloud, Outlook, Exchange, and Office 365. Y'all, this one is huge, especially if you're a solopreneur, solo barber, traveling, whatever. Syncing with your Google Calendar and your iCloud alone. For my Android people, Outlook and Office 365, I know that those can be integrated with those phones. But you guys, that's a game changer where you're not having to go into the website or the app, whereas those appointments book, it's popping up on your phone's calendar. That's amazing because we all do still have personal lives. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but all of my personal life stuff goes into my calendar. But it's in a separate calendar. I do not think Vagaro has that functionality. So if Acuity has that functionality, I know Square has that functionality, I'm going to tell you guys that is an awesome feature. Makes your life easier and more organized. This also says that they have QuickBooks, FreshBooks for invoicing and accounting. Dope. Okay, so depending on how you're running your business, this is great for your accountant. It's great for your tax person. If they integrate with QuickBooks, I'd be interested to know, exactly how do they integrate and work together. It looks like they also can link up with your MailChimp for sending email blasts. We personally pay for MailChimp at Skin by Duval. When you have the premium membership with these different email blast companies, you can send out more emails. So as your book grows, it looks as though you can link it to your Acuity, and then you could blast out to more people, which I think is an awesome feature. And it looks like PipeDrive integration for sales and customer relation management. I'm not familiar with PipeDrive, but I'm going to assume that once your book grows, this is probably something also awesome to have. And it says that this also integrates with 500 other apps. I love it. So yeah, you guys, that's Acuity. Pretty cut and dry. Now, personal opinion, I don't know if this is a great salon-specific program, scheduling software, but it does have some amazing features. I guess you guys would have to try to get in here and figure it out for yourselves. All right, but I love it. So far, if I have to say the ones that are at the top of my list, I'm going to say Vagaro, Acuity, and Gloss Genius. Square, ironically, even though I used them in the beginning, you guys have to remember we are beauty professionals, and as much data as you can collect, the more data that you can collect, the more that you can analyze your business. You can run that with your finance professionals, your accountants, your tax people. Even like when you sit down and really like study your numbers, study your peaks, study what products and services are treating you the best and are feeding you the best. Whatever software you can get that can do that. Whatever software that you can get, here's some takeaways. Whatever software you can get that's going to run some amazing reports, whatever software you can get that's going to help you with your marketing, and whatever software you can get that's going to enhance the customer experience, I'm going to say go with those. As you have heard, as I've been speaking, the reports is super huge. You definitely want to get a software that runs some really good reports. Even if you guys are small, remember, I always tell you to think big. You may not be solo forever. You may change your mind, okay? You may get a different location. You want to make sure that you get a software that fits for you at this time, and it also fits into your goals for later. Now, one thing that I did notice while I was researching, you guys, Gloss Genius, let's talk about it. They have an amazing application. My only issue with this is a con with them. My only issue with them is their desktop application, which means on a desktop computer, let's just say you get a receptionist or you already have one. I did notice that was a tad limited. I do like a good desktop app. If you get a receptionist, if you have a receptionist, you want something that is going to be front desk friendly, that you guys aren't scratching your head about. You don't want a software that's going to be down every 30 days because it's a newer software and they're still coding it and there's constant outages and stuff like that. So the thing with Gloss Genius, they do have a desktop website, but I signed up for a trial with it and I played around a little bit with it. Gloss Genius is amazing for mobile app. So instead of downing it for brick and mortar, I'm going to say if you guys are traveling lash techs, traveling massage therapists, traveling makeup artists and barbers, I'm going to say that Gloss Genius is definitely for you. If you guys are doing bridal, I'm going to say that Gloss Genius is definitely for you because you just may not be in the same space at any given time, right? If you are brick and mortar, I'm going to say Vagaro for your brick and mortar. Write this down. We run Vagaro at my brick and mortar. It has all of the reports. It has all of the stationary features and the features for us to be out of the salon. Vagaro even has a widget for our phones. Like, let's say if my girls are out on a lunch break, there's a widget on their phones that will let them know on top of a text message to notify them that they just got an appointment, but they can see their appointments in real time from the home screen of their phones. So Vagaro, I would say, is amazing for stationary teams where you guys are in a brick and mortar. There's a team. For the solo person, I also think it's a good software. I just don't know if you need to spend the amount of money on Vagaro if it's just you. Okay, maybe a Gloss Genius or a Square or an Acuity is more for you. Okay, but Vagaro is definitely teams and brick and mortar. I'm gonna vote it number one for that. Acuity, I'm going to say that one is a little tricky, and I'm partial to it because it's not salon specific. But as you guys heard before, I really like their features. They've got some really good features. So if you could make those features work for you and play with it a little bit, I would go with them. If you're just starting out, Square is an excellent option. Just know that Square doesn't have the reports, limited functionality. It's probably going to be a little less expensive for you in the beginning if it's just you, and you don't want to spend the $24 a month on Gloss Genius, okay? So you guys, get yourself some booking software. Make sure you get those consent forms built out. Vagaro has the consent forms. I didn't see, I believe that Gloss Genius has that. Reports and analytics, it has that as well. But definitely all of these services that we outlined and that we talked about today, I'll make sure that I'll put these in the notes. And you guys keep in touch with me and let me know what you guys think about these. If you are using any, are there any quirks, if you guys are using it, that you want to share with other people? But yes, Vagaro, Gloss Genius, Square, and Acuity, I want to see those talked about, okay? And if you guys have any questions, if there are any programs or applications that you guys are using that I didn't mention that you thought would be awesome, would be great. But just I really want you guys to look at these, look at the features. But no matter what you do after this episode, if you do not have booking software,
Carissa, please
get some booking software, please. Okay, we need it. And that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, don't feel afraid to hit me up in the DMs at Beauty Business Duval. You can also hit us up at beautybusinessresource.com. And that was your free game episode of the week. I love y'all to life. Make sure you follow us online, and we'll be hearing you on the next episode. Or maybe you'll be hearing us. All right, I'm out. Bye. Okay, team. So that was our show. We want to extend a special thank you to the Beauty Business Resource team and all of our listeners. Also, thank you to @brownjewel.beats for all of the music on the show, and a even more special thank you to Newbie Realty for sponsoring the Beauty Business Resource podcast. And don't forget, this is Beauty Business Resource. So if you are in need with help with your beauty business as it pertains to digital marketing, design, social media management, and coaching, we are your go-to for new and existing businesses. And don't forget, follow me, Morgan D, on Instagram at Beauty Business Duval, and my co-host Maya at Maya, Miya, with an I. And beautybusinessresource.com. Get there now. Log on. Check out our resources. Check out what's new. All of our updates are there and on our social media. And as I mentioned before, make sure you subscribe, download, and send this to 2 friends, especially if they're in the industry. And that's all, team. We are sending you away with love, light, and positivity. We'll check you next time.